Well, my plans for sports, like generally I said, is famous to try to reconfigure this mindset that ministers are only ministers of a particular event in the industry, either of football or any of the dominant sports. One. Secondly, is to ensure that we mobilize corporate investors to put in more money in the development of sports. Thirdly, I intend to go for a radical talent search, and this will take us to grassroots sports. We are going to develop more interest on the development of grassroots sports. And I think this will also require resuscitating schools' games from the various secondary schools, which hitherto now appears to be non-existent. When we have grassroots facilities and activities, we will have talents at our disposal and we can harvest them. So if we have great talents available, of course, it is going to be easy for us to build our own sports structure. So grassroots sports and mobilization of corporate investment is going to be my priority.
That's right. Minister of Sports for Youth and Sports in Nigeria, Solomon Dalong. I like the last part, Tony Koiki. That's what I'm saying here. Walk the talk. Walk the talk. He's saying grassroots development will be in focus. But meanwhile, Cosmos Chukwemeka joins us now. Cosmos, good to also have you on the show.
Yeah, good evening.
Straight on, you join this conversation. Grassroots sports development. The minister says that's going to be his focus.
Yeah, we hope that he's going to match action with his talk. A whole lot of ministers, ever since I can remember, come out and say, okay, they are going to be focusing on grassroots development and all. And before you know it, nothing is
Let somebody
done
write
to
a
that
letter
point.
to FIFA.
Yeah.
Then you should now join the FIFA imbroglio. Then you forget other sports.
In any case,
talk is cheap.
Talk is cheap.
Talk
So
is very cheap.
grassroots development when it comes to sport should be the key thing, and because the truth is that, as I say, the young shall grow. So if there is no structure for the young to grow, how are they supposed to be the leaders of tomorrow?
Okay, so we're just hoping that the Minister of Sports, Solomon Dalong, will keep to his words, develop other sports in Nigeria. It says he's not a football minister. We'll keep reminding you, Minister, that you are a sports minister and do all you can to develop grassroots sports in Nigeria. Let's talk about the 15th Governors Cup Tennis Championship taking place in Lagos. Futures 4, day 1 wasn't good for Nigeria, but day 2, I think there are some cheering stories.
Yeah, the 2 was perfect for Nigeria. I mean, some Nigerian players actually made headway in the second day of the major of the Futures 4 of the 15 Governors Cup.
That's right.
Lagos Tennis Championship at the Lagos Lawn Tennis Club, Onikon, Lagos. Sylvester Emmanuel was the first one, beat Russian Alexia Felenkov
in straight sets. Emphasize that.
It was straight set, but difficult ones. 7-6, 7-5.
Straight set, because they'll be punishing us.
And of course, they moved to the second round, and they will be facing up 8-seed Frenchman Fabien Rebol on Wednesday. Then Joseph Ime Ubon also defeated American Anderson Reed 6-2, 1-6, 6-3. That's about 3 sets. And then we will be facing African brother and third seed Tankai Karanganga.
Karanganga has been a problem.
And of course, Umaru Balami beats Ghanaian Pascazia Balome in straight sets 6-3, 7-5. First set was easy. Second set was kind of difficult, but then he pulled through. While Joseph and Moses Michael, who won the 14th edition of the Governors Cup, defeated their compatriot Albert Bisong Bicom to set up his second round game against number 1 seed in the men's singles, Adin Setic from Bosnia. But then, as we've been winning, there are some other losses as well.
All right. Scott Balance.
Yeah, it's Scott Balance, yeah. Clifford in Nosorogbe wasn't particularly lucky against some 4th seed, Sadio Doumbia. He fell 6-2. 2-6. That was a very poor one. And of course, Karim Mohamed Mamoun from Egypt defeated David Spel from Netherlands 1-6, 6-2, 6-3.
I'm particularly concerned with the women's.
With the women as well.
Because Sarah Adegoke showed some good promise, but not particularly good news for her.
Yeah, but she was beaten by Mara Smith of the United States. She lost the first set 6-love, and in the second set she didn't do better. She lost 3-6 as well. And of course, Christy Agogbom was also defeated in straight set. This was even bad. This was bad.
Wait,
I have to say it. This loss is love. This loss is love.
One in straight set, you let him say it.
This loss is love. Yeah.
Strike for balance also.
That's the thing.
I know.
That's the thing.
I've been rooting for the Nigerian players at the Governors Cup, and in the morning show, Tayo Salam just comes out and tells me that one level of development have we done for tennis. But Tayo Salam, in case you're watching, you see Moses Michael is back. I said Moses Michael is going to come back. But Tunde Koiki, good exposure for them. See them beating an American, see them beating a Russian. Even when you lose to an American, go back, find ways that you can come back stronger.
Austin, the truth is, the average African, not unless you play probably in South Africa or probably North Africa, or your parents have a truckload of money, the average African is severely disadvantaged when it comes to international class tennis, because it's a very capital-intensive sport. The travel, I mean, to join the International Tennis Academy in Florida, because I think like half a million pounds now, $500,000. How many people can afford that? You know, so and being on the circuits, traveling, nutrition, coaching. So this is probably the only chance a lot of these players will get to face European or non-African opposition, to even face non-Nigerian opposition.
And the funny thing was that what you're saying is just true, because I actually watched Love Donatus play against French woman Fiona Coding. I mean, she did well, she tried, but then because of that lack of experience, lack of exposure. She actually lost 6-3, 6-love.
So it just boils back to what I'm saying. So while we might not have international exposure, it is imperative that we develop a thriving, very strong local circuit here in Nigeria that can attract even the best of West Africans who come and participate. In the past, we used to have almost 6, 7, 8, 12 tournaments across Nigeria. Dala had courts, Omo Open, Governors Cup. There were tournaments in almost every major city in Nigeria. All that has disappeared now. But thankfully, it's being revived slowly, surely. If we can get at least 12 tournaments every year, a veritable Nigerian Golden League or Golden Circuit, as it were, it would improve things. And the Governors Cup that brings in international players will help in terms of the exposure that Cosmos talked about.
So that's what is update from the 15th edition of the Lagos Governors Cup. It's a tennis championship. Not too good performance from Team Nigeria, but hey, there are lessons to learn from it. Somebody is saying, when are they going to talk about Chelsea? When are they going to talk about Chelsea? Relax. We will not talk about Chelsea unless we listen to Jose Mourinho, and then we'll come back, we'll talk, don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
5 points. I don't know when we can achieve these 5 points. You imagine, now there is Everton away, Liverpool away, City at home, and Bournemouth. Bournemouth is a fantastic team at home. There are 4 matches, very, very, very tough. Let me achieve a 40 point, and then I'm thinking about what is next goal. But until 40, I think only 40 points. Nobody can buy them. Nobody. They don't have the money to buy them. Nobody.
What are they worth?
Sorry?
What's Vardy worth, do you think?
I think how much went on. I don't want to put. No, I don't want. Maybe I say something and there is another one to put more. Why? For me, don't have a price.
They have to look to Sunderland next weekend, and they have to look to Watford in 2 weeks' time. They have to look to them and say, hey, we are at the same level as you are. I'm not the superstar, I'm not the player of the season, I'm not the world champion, I'm not the Premier League champion. In this moment, I am at your level. I think the players, they have to put their feet on the ground and be humble. if not attacked in their pride, which I am. I'm completely honest. I am totally attacked in my pride because I consider myself a very good professional. If not that, I think they have to be humble, and be humble is very important in this moment because in this moment we are where Sunderland is. We are below Watford 5 or 6 or 7 points. So the next 2 matches we play at Stamford Bridge. We have to look to these opponents in a humble way.
Last one.
So that's it, Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho. I like the fact that Jose is beginning to talk now, but Chelsea fans are not talking, they are whispering. Somebody on social media, guys, come on, we need to slow down on Chelsea. Says the game against Sunderland is the relegation battle.
It's true. But rather, I'm tired of talking about Chelsea. I'll probably leave that to Cosmo. I'm more interested in talking about Leicester City.
Look at that.
It's a fantastic story.
Yeah.
A team that probably spent among the lowest in terms of player acquisitions this summer, but they're on top of the table. And
the team with all the players.
The secret to Leicester's success has been the fact that they have found a style of play that suits them very well, and they stick to it through thick and thin.
Remember,
it is extremely effective.
like this last season.
Yeah, but no, trust me, Swansea hasn't. They have not equated what
Maybe not as
Leicester have done.
disciplined as this Leicester team.
This Leicester team is unbelievable. Jamie Vardy is a man who is playing out of his skin. Riyad Mahrez is also absolutely brilliant. Wow. Cedric N'Golo Kante has been fantastic. Danny Simpson, who played for God knows how many teams, Newcastle, Manchester United, QPR is a man reborn. Kasper Schmeichel is also fantastic. I don't know. It's a team that is really
Leicester City
well.
just like Blackburn Rovers of 1995. I mean, this was how it was. Manchester United were caught looking, and before you know it, boom. Let me talk about Chelsea.
Brentford.
Everything is wrong about Chelsea.
Hard on Chelsea.
Coach, players. The coach has his faults, the players has his faults. Everybody, you need to see the goals that Leicester City scored. The defenders were shocking.
Let's leave it like that.
Let's leave it like that.
Everyone has a fault at Chelsea, but none of these guys, none of us here have fault. We just did the job of coming to TalkSport. Thank you so much to Nick Koiki for coming out, and of course Cosmos Chukwuemeka for making out time to come out to TalkSport, and of course to you wherever you are in the world watching sports tonight. Remember, you can keep talking to us on Twitter, our channels _sports, and on Facebook, our channels Sports. That's the show on behalf of the ever winning sports team at Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Austin Okonakpa. What is the problem with Chelsea? That's more than enough reason for you to keep talking sports. Bye for now.